about the impromptu live. Hope you're all doing well. You join me in the gym. Very lucky that I turn up and the gym is completely empty. So I thought I'd do a little speak along / train along / whatever you kind of fancy. All questions are welcome. Who saw the fight last night? Anybody else watch the Jake Paul, Ben Askren, if you want to call it a fight? Apparently it was an absolute shit show. More of a live concert with like an encore of a boxing match. So yeah, you join me in the gym. It is completely empty. Dead. Usually how I like it, but I thought fuck it, why not get you guys on and join me. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome all 11 of you who are joined. It's up to Brett. Thank you very much for joining, buddy. Hope you guys can hear me okay. The audio in here is absolutely terrible, echoey as fuck. Hopefully you guys can hear me. You join me here at TT Fitness, and it is chest day. So we're gonna have a little bit of a workout. Good to watch. What, the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight? I can't imagine it was that good to watch. It looked like an absolute train wreck. I haven't even seen the actual fight. All I've seen is the knockout. Apparently Ben didn't do very well. He didn't land a single shot. It was a fucking mess. It was a massacre. A massacre of Ben Askren. It's Jorge Masvidal all over again. But yeah, check this nice little bit of cat out. I got myself a nice press. Got bars weigh 10, and we've got 30k on each side. No, we haven't got any kilos on each side actually. This is just 10 kilos each. But, let's get some weight on this bad boy. Let's see what we can push today. Start off with 30k a side. Any questions, guys? Fire them away. Let's see what you got. I am taking full advantage of the fact that the gym is empty. I haven't got to be quiet. I haven't got to be silent. We can talk as much bollocks as we want. So, any questions? Fire them away, guys. Who's enjoying our series recently? Have you got any ideas you would like us to do? Obviously, the WWE stuff has been very, very popular for us. We're dreaming up some new kind of ideas, some new crossovers, trying to get some collabs going as well. If we get any, well, now we're out of COVID and we can actually see people again. We're hoping to get some people in. It's going to be a busy remainder of the year, we think. Yeah, I've just started this call with any content. Cheers, Brett. What's up, coach? I ain't a coach, but I'll take the compliment. Reacting to some movie scenes. Yeah, they were fun. It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, I'm personally not a fan of watching people react to stuff, but people seem to like mine and Brad's input and our opinion on stuff. So, react to Mandra versus Shinobi Alliance. No idea what that is. I will run that by Brad. I'm sure he'll probably know. He wants to do this whole thing on anime, but he's so useless at the research that it's basically me doing the research, and I don't know anything about anime. So, yeah. What do I think about Huel? I'm wearing one of the t-shirts. I got it for free when I bought some stuff. Yeah, it's okay. It's vegan-friendly protein shakes and food supplements. If you have any dietary restrictions, like you're allergic to cow's milk or anything, it's a perfect alternative. And yeah, pretty good. I like it. They taste good, and they've got good protein, good carb balance, all the amino acids and all the profiles that you want for putting on muscle. So yeah, they're not bad. Right, let's get this set done. This is my warm-up set. 80k. This is simple. Slow retraction. Slow it down. So I've just started a 12-week training program, which will involve lots of logging and videoing every week. I did my before photographs yesterday. Fuck me, did I look like a fat bastard. So I really need to get this 12-week program in stretch and get it moving. Right, 20 rep warm up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, fuck me, this is heavy already. I think I went a bit too heavy for a warm up. 15, that'll do for a warm up. About to go out, but watch later. Yes, I'm sure this isn't going to be the most interesting of podcasts or of conversations. Easier to get them gains when you're fat. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's definitely a double-edged sword. You've got to work against the fat, but then your skin's nice and loose to build muscle. You've got the carbs and the calories to create the muscles in the first place, but no, I prefer to be skinnier. Like I'm about 210 pounds at the moment. Be silent, cow. No one has spoken to you. Okay, I guess that comment wasn't for me. But how are you guys enjoying your Sunday? What did you get up to? What have you been up to? Did you watch any of the fights last night? Did you choose the Ben Askren fight? I'm calling it the Ben Askren fight, not the Jake Paul fight, because let's face it, Jake Paul's a fucking knob. Or did you watch Calvin Gastelum and Robert Whittaker? I haven't seen either yet, if I'm honest. My evening will be re-watching last night's UFC event, see if there's anything fun which we can react to or watch or repeat. Haven't heard much about it though, so I guess there was no show reel highlight knockouts or anything. Apparently Rob Whittaker did quite well. He put on a really good performance against Calvin Gastelum, and I think he's deserved another shot at Izzy. Is Jake Paul a legit boxer? He can fight, of course he can. Doesn't take that much to learn how to box. If you take a normal person, give them 2 years with a good coach, they will become a competent boxer. Will they be competition worthy? Maybe, depending on how much effort that person puts in. But in reality, Jake Paul, he fished out of the retard pool, he really does. Like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fight Deji, okay, a guy who has no clue about boxing and likes playing fucking FIFA, that's what he does for a living. Or I'm gonna fight that ex-NBA guy, still not a boxer. I'm gonna fight a UFC MMA fighter, and he picks literally the chubby retard. Sorry, but it's, he really did stoop low with Ben Askren. Ben's a great guy, Brad's met him a few times, said he's a nice guy, but his striking is subpar at best, really bad. He's a wrestler, he always was. Even if you watched him back when he was the champion of Bellator, he still sucked at striking. And if you suck that bad, you probably won't pick it up that well, and he didn't. And he walked into that ring, not a care in the world. He's earned more money from that one fight last night than he has his entire MMA career. So that's his motivation for doing the fight in the first place. And if someone was going to pay me £500,000 to show up, and off of the back of that fight, I would quadruple my Instagram followers and pick up hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of ad revenue and ad campaigns and stupid marketing crap, whatever, and obviously the pay-per-view figures at the end. Yeah, I'd happily walk away with £1 million to do one round against Jake Paul. It ain't no credit to him though, not in the slightest. Do not credit Jake Paul for that fucking catastrophe of a boxing match last night, because it wasn't. It was a freak show. It was a circus act. And it's a shame, because anyone who really loves boxing will see that it's basically using their sport to settle stupid feuds. Imagine if they went, right, we'll settle this on the Formula One track. And they jumped into a couple of F1 cars worth millions and millions of pounds and pootled around a track at half the speed of what they're normally used to doing. It would be an insult to the F1 drivers, because it is. You know, it's two people attempting their sport at a very bad kind of pace and skill level, but getting all of the press of the pros. And to be a professional boxer in 2021, having that sideshow going on, must be pretty hard. It must be hard to bite your tongue. But then at the same time, a lot of these boys wanted to get involved. Do you think the fight was rigged? No. No. I saw the punch that knocked Ben out. It was a good right hand. It caught him really clean. Ben's guard is terrible. He basically flapped at the punch. He caught it clean on the temple, and when the ref went to stand him up, like, Ben isn't exactly the most cool looking dude when he walks around anyway, and he got up and he wobbled. He 100% wobbled, and that sort of punch does. That sort of punch will rattle your brain. It will give you, I think he should have given him a standard in 10 count, and he didn't. He jumped up after 5, and then the ref said walk forward. He didn't get the full 10. So maybe if he had the full 10, he would have maybe not staggered forward towards the ref, but he definitely staggered forward. But bit of a shame, really. How's life for me? Yeah, everything's fine. Sunday afternoon, it's lovely and sunny out, but I thought I'd come down here and get some reps in. I've got to do a bit of boxing later. I might even do some technical drills for some of my jiu-jitsu work. Does Michael J. White can fight in street beefs? That makes no sense at all, but Michael J. White is a good martial artist and an actor. That doesn't make him a fighter. There's a difference. There is a very, very big difference. Fighting, as in the actual professional fighting to get into a ring or a cage, is very different to knowing how to get into a cage. Doing it and knowing it, two very, very different things. Some people don't seem to understand that. They really don't. They think that just because he's got, what, 8 black belts? To me, that shows that he spent more time training than he has fighting. But why would he fight? Why would he do, why would he take a $60,000, $70,000 fight and risk his health when he can train and not get punched and then turn up on a movie set and get paid a couple of million? I fucking for sure as hell wouldn't want to fight. Why the hell would you? Why the hell would you choose to batter your body for less money than you get paid to not batter it? Hell, look at Brock Lesnar, look at Ronda Rousey. They both went, fuck MMA training, I'm going to go prance around in WWE and make 5 times the amount of money for less work. More traveling, but less physical work. Doing sets as questions come in. What's been your favorite, least WWE submission you and Brad have tried? The one where he did that omoplata neck crank, which people have said is like the yes lock, or the label lock, or whatever they've said it was. That was legitimately disgusting. That fucking hurt. He had my arm trapped, he had my shoulder pinned to the floor, and he reached his little hand across my mouth and he turned my neck in a way which my neck's never been turned that way before. And it clicked and cricked and felt like if he wanted to, he could have snapped my fucking neck. Have you sparred Muay Thai before? I've sparred, yeah, but there's a big difference between sparring and fighting. When you spar with people you set a limit, you set a pace, you set, the amount of, you touch, you don't intend to strike. So if you do what's called showing an elbow. If you can land an elbow, you show it to the opponent. If you can hit a knee, you raise it but show that the attack is there. You don't go swinging 100% hell for leather, because that's how people get hurt, especially in training, because neither of you are at the adrenaline level of what the final fight's going to be. But at the same time, I am a trained fighter. I am not a competitive fighter. I don't intend to compete, and I don't ever will, because I have a good job, I make good money doing what I do. This YouTube channel was essentially something for me and Brad to have a laugh with our friendship, and to get Brad back in front of a camera and get the light back on him, because he deserves more than what he was doing. Like, Brad left the UFC, about 3 years ago now, and he was happy just to train at our local gym and pretty much do fuck all with his talent. And I felt that was a massive shame. So myself being a professional photographer, videographer, and having lots of time on my hands, I thought, fuck it. I've known Brad since we were kids. We went to school together. So why the hell not do something together which shows off his talents, my skills, and we had the space. It was just like, yeah, great, let's have some fun with it, see what happens. We weren't hoping anything would happen, but it came off pretty well. So do you think becoming a martial artist and becoming a fighter is very different? Yeah, fucking way different. There's a massive difference. Anyone can turn up to a martial arts class and they're technically a martial artist. Being a fighter is completely fucking different. It's a whole nother level. You take someone who's trained for 10 years and then stick them in a cage where there's a timer and it says, right, you have to sit here and absorb damage for 3 minutes and try and knock your opponent out and take all of that damage without going, whoa, 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 okay, that hurt, sorry, stop, I'm not used to that leg kick or that getting punched in the face. Most people, when they first start sparring, will turn their back and run away at least once, if not way more, depending on their level of training. They're fucked. There is a completely different ability. I can drive a car all day long. You put me on a racetrack with professional drivers, they will crash on the first lap. It's as simple as that. Or I'll just get in the fucking way. There's a whole different level between driving and racing driving. Fighting, training, completely fucking different. Anyone that argues different is a moron and hasn't actually done it, hasn't done either. They just think, it's like someone that can sit and watch a football match and go, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? Or, you know, armchair warriors that sit and watch a UFC fight and go, oh, you should have shot for the takedown, or I would have done this. And it's like, you wouldn't have done fuck all, that's why you're sat watching. Sorry, these comments keep disappearing real quick and I don't know how to get them back up. Do you think ONE FC will take over the UFC as they have more of a discipline to watch? Hard to say, there's a lot of money behind the UFC. It's a franchise at the end of the day and it's fucking huge. What is best for MMA, wrestling or BJJ? Well, it depends on the level in which you're doing it at. At the end of the day, you don't tend to get submitted by someone that's doing wrestling. You tend to be taken down by someone that's doing wrestling, but the ability to handle the submission at the end of it is a different thing. So, depending on your level, I would say start with BJJ, learn the choke so you actually have some sort of chance when it comes to the fight, and then you develop that skill with wrestling. That's my idea anyway. Brad has said the same sort of thing. Pretty quiet today. A clip-on mic would have serious. Yeah, I know. This was very improv. Okay, I know the audio probably sucked. So I literally was in the middle of a training session. I thought, fuck it, there's nobody else here. Why not just do a quick live? For all 56 of you are here, so thank you very much. Next time, yes, I will prep a little bit more. You reckon you'd have KO'd Jake Paul? No, because I don't train enough. Simple as that. There's a whole nother level of boxing. Like, I train, he fights. Simple as that. Is Krav Maga legit? Yeah, it's legit if you want to beat up amateurs or complete newbies or people who don't know how to fight. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. But you stick the best Krav Maga guy against a trained fighter, not someone who's just trains, but a trained fighter, someone like Brad or any actual professional fighter. I would rather be an amateur competitive MMA fighter than the world's best Krav Maga guy. That's the reality of it. Right, let me just get this quick setting because I'm going cold. It's only 80k, so it's not heavy. Oh, fuck me, what's that coming in now? Oh, I lost it, never mind, it faded out. So what was that last question? Who's taking Izzy's strap? Ooh, interesting. I think Melvin Vettori genuinely has a chance. He's a big, strong, powerful lad. And I'd like to also see Vettori against Whittaker again. I think that could be a good fight for the strap if Izzy loses. But honestly, at the moment, Izzy's unbeatable. What's your nutrition look like, Joe? It's getting cleaner. My PT has put me on 3,500 calories with a good split of, I think it's 30, 40. No, that's wrong. 20, 40, 40. So 40 protein, 40 carb, 20 fats, and around about 3,500 calories. So quite a good little profile split. I'm about a week in, although I had a pizza last night, so not good. I'm actually a Krav Maga guy and a serious KM teacher. Will always incorporate elements of MMA. Yeah, good for you. But there's a reason why nobody has ever stepped into a professional cage fight and said, and his introduction is a Krav Maga fighter. It doesn't happen. Because the elements you need to get into professional fighting aren't included in Krav Maga. It's self-defense at the end of the day, it's weapons training. It's learning how to go from a standstill to 100% aggression really fast to protect you, to save your life. That's not a fight. A fight is a dance in the way that it's a sport, of course, but it's being able to control your emotions. Whereas with something like a street fight, it can be a raw emotion because it is literally your fight or flight kicking in. That's not how it works when it comes to professional fighters. You know, some of these fighters literally get like, you know, they are most comfortable when they're fighting, which is a fucked up notion, but they've just trained their bodies to turn that adrenaline and fear into happiness, which is a bit of a fucked up situation to be. But then those fighters usually end up with some serious psychological issues down the line. So, swings and roundabouts, really. Do you think the British police need training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, especially since the British police don't carry pistols? The thing is, in modern times, we have so much CCTV and facial recognition software nowadays that you can track down a criminal. You don't actually need to fight them. Which is why there was a case, I think, in the US over the last week. A cop shot an unarmed black kid in the back 7 times whilst he was running away. There's no need to shoot someone that's running. No need. Because if you've already checked who they are and you've already seen what they're doing, just track them down later. Anyway, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. And because people are now coming into the gym. Hope you guys have had a lovely afternoon. And me and Brad are hopefully filming, I think, tomorrow evening. So we'll hopefully see you then. Bye, guys. What's up, right? Okay.